If you're struggling on defense in Madden 25 or NCAA 25, 9 times out of 10 you are not using the switch stick. The switch stick is the most game-changing feature that they've added to both of these games in a number of years. So if you're still struggling on defense and you're trying to make plays like the ones you're seeing now and win more of your games online, you found the right video, man. So definitely stay tuned. I'm gonna give you a lot of advice, tips, and real game examples on how to master the switch stick and get better at these games. So let's get into it, man. Yo, what it do YouTube, what it do YouTube, man, it is your boy, and I'm back at it again with another video for y'all, man. And today, the PlayStation servers are down, man, so I'm not able to go the gameplay route as usual. However, I decided that I was gonna make a video breaking down the switch stick, since that's actually something I get a lot of comments about since I've started making YouTube videos. So in today's video, all of this stuff will apply to NCAA and Madden. So I'm gonna go over the settings that I think you should use. I'm gonna go into the practice mode and kind of show you what I'm looking at and what I'm thinking pre-play and just in general throughout the game when it comes to using the switch stick. And then the last part of this video, I'm gonna take a lot of my switch sticks that I have in my PlayStation gallery, and we'll just look at those together and kind of look at what I'm looking at, and of course see how it results. So if this video helps you out, man, definitely leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel out in the long run. And if you want me to keep up these types of videos where I'm just kind of breaking different things down throughout the game, definitely let me know and I'll keep those coming as well. So let's go ahead and get right into it, man. So I'm gonna quickly go over the settings that I use that directly apply to using the switch stick and just defense in general. So defensive ball hawk, you always want to have this on. This is pretty much going to bring you to the ball automatically when you hold triangle or Y to get the interception. I use this every year. I think this is a no-brainer, undisputed. You need to use this. Defensive heat seeker, I use it in NCAA. This pretty much like magnetizes you towards the ball carrier. It makes it a lot harder for you to like miss tackles. But in Madden, I don't really use it. I probably should, but I just haven't been. But that's what this does. I think it's default on 100%. So if you are going to use the defensive heat seeker, I actually recommend that you use like 200%. Like I said, it makes it a lot harder for you to miss tackles with your user. But in Madden, I'm gonna just click off and let the computer do the thing anyways. So switch stick delay is preference, right? I think that the more experienced you become with the switch stick, I think you can use none. But I think that as you're starting to use this and just getting adjusted, I think slight would probably be better. But if you just want to jump in, man, and take the guardrails off, man, I typically recommend that approach. I say go straight to none, man. This is going to allow there to be no hesitation between what it is that you're seeing that you want to cut off and your ability to actually react to it in the game. So switch stick delay on none, I think is the best option. But like I said, if you're just starting out or if you're just not that comfortable with it yet, slight will probably be the best to start on. Defensive switch assist. I think that the more that you get comfortable with the switch stick, you actually want to turn this off. This is actually going to make it harder for you to react in certain situations because it's trying to stop you from like completely blowing up your play. So I do not use this at all, but I can understand a new person to using the switch stick using this, and I probably would actually recommend that you at least start with this on. And as you start to see its limitations and how it's going to stop you from really taking advantage of the switch stick, then you can go ahead and take the guardrails off, turn this off. But like I said, I recommend it off if you're just trying to get right into it. But that's it as far as, like I said, for defense goes. There's other settings and things like that, but these are for offense. You can look at them if you want, but that's not what this video is about. And so now we're going to get into the practice mode so I can just kind of break down some tips, things you want to be looking for and paying attention to on defense when it comes to using the switch stick. So my first tip for mastering the switch stick is actually going to apply before you even pick a play. Certain defenses are better or worse for using the switch stick. Not that you can't be a beast out of switch sticking in even 3-4 or 4-3. However, personnels that give you more DBs is definitely going to be better for switch sticking because it's just going to give you more speed, right? Zone coverage, man coverage, all of that stuff doesn't really matter when it comes to switch sticking because this is essentially just usering, right? So typically when we talk about best users, we're talking about the fastest, the tallest, athleticism. So you want to have a formation that allows you to have your fastest, tallest, like those types of players in on your defense to switch stick to and from. But I think I've yapped on that enough. But of course, that is why you guys see me run a lot of dime, nickel, and things like that in my videos because they give me the most DBs. I do run 4-3 and 3-4, but those are mostly when I'm probably trying to get in pressure. But like I said, if we're talking about just purely switch sticking, I think that nickel and dime sets are the best for switch sticking. So before I get any further, man, understand that I'm gonna just be showing y'all a lot of base coverages and things like that. You guys will still need to adjust and switch things up based on who you're playing and what it is that they're actually doing. What I'm giving, like I said, is very general advice that I feel like will apply to the majority of the people that you play, but there are going to be select people who will still dot you up if you don't switch certain things up. So before I get into the plays and stuff like that, I like to start out in base alignment, and then sometimes I'll put my hooks on 5, sometimes I'll leave it on default. It really just depends. But for the sake of this, I'm gonna just put them on 5. I like to start out in double safety go because I audible to cover 4, but it brings my safeties into the box, which like I said before, a lot of switch sticking for me is my players naturally being somewhere that allows me to switch on and take away the routes that I see develop. And having my safeties in the box allows me to do that. So for this, I'm gonna just put it into random gun formations just so I can look at different formations and show you what I'm looking at pre-snap and what I need to do to kind of take it away once I see the ball, get hyped. All right, so before I can give y'all a game on how to master the switch stick, I actually have to show y'all how to switch stick, right? So 1, in order to switch stick, you are using the right stick here. It is really important that y'all actually go practice this while you're watching this video or whenever you decide to do it, because this is going to be the most important part, man. Getting to where you're trying to go in the heat of the moment. These plays develop really quickly and you don't want to be fumbling trying to get to your safety or your corner or your inside corner or your outside linebacker because you're not really familiar with using this right stick. So like I said, go practice this, but in general, you're just switching in the direction of the player. So if the linebacker's on the left, switch it to the left, right? It doesn't allow me to do a pre-play, but like I said, you practice this and you get used to this. Another important factor of switch sticking is that you cannot be in a blitzing animation, right? You cannot be in a buff blitz or a blitzing animation if you want to switch stick. If I start this play in this blitz, it's not going to allow me to switch stick, right? I'm just trying to shed, I can't do nothing, right? So you have to actually be in a zone and you have to actually use the right stick to use the switch stick. But that is pretty much the basics of the switch stick itself. So let's get into the defense. So I'm gonna switch into cover for a drop. I'm gonna blitz him and I'm gonna shade him down. So this is what my base defense looks like most of the time, right? Before I get to changing coverage shells, things like that. This is for the most part what I'm running, or I'm running the crossfire blitz and I'm gonna, change them, shade underneath, and it's still kind of like a cover for a shell, same thing. But I like this defense, like I said, because most players are where I need them to be to take away routes as I see them develop. All right, so pretty much the way that you want to play this defense is that as your user, if you're on that middle linebacker, you're going to take away all the quick routes over the middle of the field. That is going to be your responsibility, because then from there, you're going to switch stick to anything you see on those outsides or over the top, anything like that. And this is why it's going to be really important to notice tendencies, because knowing what these receivers have been doing for the majority of the game is going to allow you to know what to take away quick and what to switch to directly after. So with this being a computer, he doesn't really have any tendencies. So I'm just going to take away. Wow, that's crazy. I should have had a pick right there. If I was any faster and this wasn't practice mode, I would have gotten the pick. But you want to take things according to how they develop in the area that you're in, in your responsibility. So once again, taking away the middle of the field, switch to the outside accordingly. Bang. If I had a mid-zone KO, that probably would have got KO. Same thing again. Hopefully they keep passing it, because I love the streak of passing that they're doing. The main thing with my defense is to try to take away all their reads long enough for the loop or whatever pressure that I'm sending to get in, right? I should have switched stick right there, but I was so slow I couldn't really cover everything over the middle like I wanted to. So we'll just try it again. But like I said, the main thing is just holding everything up long enough for the pressure to get in. That's pretty much all Madden is this year. The zone coverage logic isn't the best, so you're really just playing enough defense long enough to get a sack. Okay, cool. So we got kind of like a trip set here. So what you're going to want to do here is same thing. Use the middle, take away anything quick over the middle, switch to the right or left depending on what you see develop. A lot of this is going to be based on your ability to recognize certain plays prior to the play. Like for example, this guy in the middle. It's only so many routes you're going to see this guy run right here, especially if you're playing a guy, right? So you pay attention. Is he running a lot of corner routes? Is he sending them up the seams? Is he sending them on drags across the middle? Like, you really have to pay attention to what certain people are doing, because their tendencies are going to allow to kind of give you the direction of which you need to switch stick to. So this is the computer. They don't really have tendencies. So I'm going to switch over, but that slot receiver could really be doing anything. So that's another important tip right there. Pay attention to what it is that they're doing. That way you kind of have an idea of what to switch stick to. This is why I'm not really aggressive with my defense in beginnings of the game, because I'm kind of trying to get a feel of what it is that you're doing so that I can start to adjust and switch stick towards that. Because like I said, the most important thing is that you're adjusting to who you're playing, because nothing can be done universally, especially in a game like Madden. There's nothing you can do the same way against every player that is going to work against every player. So understand, you still need to understand the game. You still need to adjust. So we're going to let them hike it, passing it, take away the quick reads. We got the flat right here to come over there and take away Saquon, right? So a lot of it, like I said, is just you paying attention, knowing what they're running, knowing what to expect, and taking it away accordingly. So I'm gonna run one more time in the practice mode before I get into the clips, and I'm gonna really be kind of looking for whatever this slot receiver is doing, because if he comes over the middle That'll be pretty much what I'm responsible for, is the mid read. They ran the ball again. Worst thing about practice mode is not being able to control the play call, but this is what it's like in the real game, right? You never really know what the opponent's going to do. You can only be prepared, like I said, notice the tendencies and go from there. Another tip that I wanted to give y'all when it comes to switch sticking is that you can no longer switch stick once the ball is thrown, right? If you're trying to switch stick, once that ball is thrown, you need to go ahead and hit B or circle, whatever system you're on. You need to hit B or circle, because if you try to switch stick once the ball is in the air, you are going to hit stick and you're going to blow a play. And you're probably going to give up a touchdown. I've done that so many times, and you do not want to do that. So like I said, let me emphasize, you do not want to try and switch stick once the ball is thrown. You need to go ahead and use B or circle to try to click on and make the play that way. So I hope that y'all have been enjoying this video so far, man. If you have, definitely leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel out in the long run. But we are now at the last part of this video, where I'm gonna just go through some of my switch stick clips, let you see what I do in game and kind of see how I'm reacting, who I'm pulling, switching to, and all of that good stuff, man. So I'm done yapping, let's get into it, man. This guy appears to be in bunch offset. We take away the quick reads. We use that safety to take away that backside in route. And that's us, man. Trayvon Diggs. All right, cool. So this guy's in a bunch set. I think this is a bunch strong nasty. I see he's got that corner route right there. He thinks he's got it, but we went ahead and we switched to Fuller, pull him down to take that play away. We didn't get the pick six, but the ball was ours and he's gone. So let's see what's going on here. It looks like I got a soft squad over there. Okay. I think I remember this one. I'm just in my favorites. So yep, I pulled Trayvon down and take away that crosser, and I was to win this game. Well, we was already winning, but yeah. I wanted to also make sure that I use some of my NCAA switch sticks, because like I said before, man, these principles apply to both games. Same thing here, we're bringing that safety down. This dude was running a lot of 4 verts, so I remembered that. I let everything else look the way it was looking, bring that safety down last second, took away the vertical. This guy right here, let's see what we're gonna take away. Bang. Just like that. He probably had a better read over the middle, but he thought he had the wheel. We switched over to Bland, took that away. I know you don't take that home. That's crazy work. All right, so we got another NCAA lurk here. Let's see what we go ahead and do. We switching from 3-4 here. Now that's an advanced switch stick right there. I pulled the man coverage off and then let my hook play the crosser, which could have been really costly because he didn't have to play the crosser as well as he did. But as you can see, man, high risk, high reward. So we got another NCAA switch stick here. So let's see what we're gonna do on this one. We're running the same loop blitz cover 4. That corner route I'm seeing is open. We're taking it. Jump right in front with the corner and bang. I don't know if we take that back, but he ain't looking fast enough for that. All right, so I got a couple more I'm gonna show y'all and then we'll wrap this video up. So let's see what we doing here. We got that vert hook over there. So I'm probably, yep, switching to Renfro. Bang. Pick up that route and take that back. So like I said, man, a lot of this is just paying attention to the routes that are developing. 9 times out of 10, these people were running a lot of these routes all game, and I was just waiting to catch them off guard and take it away. So I've got one last clip in my favorites. So let's see what we do here. Looks like that corner route. Bang. And that was a crazy one right there, man. I love the one-hand picks. And Dion gets a lot of them since I've been running that lurker ability on him. But yeah, man, that's essentially how you want to master the switch stick. A lot of this is just going to take practice and putting time into the game. Like I said, becoming familiar with what people run on offense and becoming adjusted to, you know, switching the players so you can get to where you need to be when you need to be there. But other than that, man, once again, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did. And definitely let me know if you want more tutorials in the future. Hopefully the PlayStation servers will be up soon so I can get back on the gameplays for y'all. But other than that, man, I'll let your boy.